Hi there guys, Kate back here and welcome to my channel. If you're new to the channel, please consider to subscribe. Today we're continuing our visit to Lucerne. This is a part 2 video. If you haven't seen part 1, you'll find the link down below. This video I will share with you the facts about the city and about its own castle, about the city wall, its magnificent squares that are full of history and legends, and its mountains, Rigi and Pilatus. And now we're taking Guche Bahn. That was built in 1884. It's a railway that will take us all the way to Chateau Guche, that is named after the name of the hill it stands on. Originally, building was a part of city fortification, and guard fires would burn here to warn the city in times of war or other dangers. Guche Tower was built here in 1590 and was an end point of city fortification. This fortification remained in existence until the fire in 1888. In 1859, Burkhard Pfeiffer bought the land and ran an inn on the Guche. 20 years later, in 1879, it was expanded into an actual hotel by Ignaz Bösinger. With construction of Guche Bahn, the railway that we took, in 1884, it became much easier for the guests to reach the hotel. Only in 1901, the hotel received its present fairy tale-like appearance a la Neuschwanstein in Germany. During the World War II, it had performed actually a military service, accommodating refugees and prisoners of war. The last renovations that took place here in 2014 focused particularly on preservation of historical details. English interior designer Martin Lawrence Bullard has successfully given back Chateau Guche its historical charm. Over the last 130 years, Chateau Guche has experienced an exciting history, accommodating famous guests including royalties, celebrities, and world leaders. Today, you can also enjoy the experience, rooms starting roughly from 300 Swiss francs with an amazing view over the city, great historical charm, and modern amenities. The Mosaic Wall and its 9 towers used to be part of town's fortification, and today we can walk along many of the sections and enjoy the panoramic view of the city. The old natural stone wall provides valuable habitat for endangered plants and animals. Directly behind the wall lies a Henter music farm, and it gives you a chance to experience the farm life in the heart of the city with farm shop, animals. It's open to visitors. You can glimpse into the lives of the farm animals such as Highland cattle, goats, mini pigs, hens, and many more. School children come here to learn more about the inner workings of the farms, and they can also follow the educational trails, solve riddles, and discover fascinating facts about the farms. So this is a small park right by the wall, and now we're making our way to the top of the wall. From the top, you will see an amazing view of the city and all of its mountains. Your visit to Luzern would certainly be incomplete without visiting one of its mountains, Pilatus or Rigi. Both offer amazing views and unforgettable experience. So let's start with Mount Pilatus. It's a mountain massif overlooking Lucerne in central Switzerland, with an elevation of 2,128 meters. Many legends surround the origin of the name Pilatus. One claims that Pilatus is named because a Roman prefect, Pontius Pilate, was buried here. However, a similar legend is claimed by another mountain in Italy, so that's doubtful. Another one is that from the top, mountain looks like a belly of a large man named Pilate lying on his back, and that's where the name is coming from. Yet another that is derived from the word Pilatus. The direct translation is cloud-topped. Another wonderful choice would be Mount Rigi. It's a mount massif located in central Switzerland, and it's entirely surrounded by the waters of Lake Lucerne, Lake Zug, and Lake Lauress. With elevation of 1,798 meters, it offers an astonishing view of surrounding area. We were very lucky to have visited Luzern in April and catch it in full bloom. It's a great time potentially to visit, but it's also a bit risky because the season is famous for its rains. However, if you're not afraid of the rain, the city will open all of its colors to you. And now moving to the sweetest part of the journey, visiting the local bakeries. This bakery is very famous. It's a family bakery and it has history of over 120 years. Family has lived and breathed baking. Times may change, but good craftsmanship does not. So the bakery has its beginnings in 1897 with Anton Beekman. Eventually, Beekman Bakery grew into a large chain. I would recommend to plan at least a few days visit, so you would have time to enjoy a slow stroll in the old town, whose picturesque squares are filled with historic fresco-adorned houses. Please pay attention to details to discern the wealth of historic cultural details from every single building, pretty much, that you would find in the city. From history of the house itself to history of the square or the city, and sometimes the country at large. Now we're making our way to the Wine Mark. It's one of the most beautiful squares in Luzern. Here in 1332, citizens of Luzern swore an oath of allegiance to the old Swiss Confederation that was formed by cantons of Uri, Schwyz and Unterwalden. So the name Wine Markt, unsurprisingly perhaps, comes from the fact that most of the wines were traded here, but fish was also traded here occasionally, making the market not only very crowded, but also very smelly. This fountain is a masterpiece of Konrad Lux. It's a wine-marked fountain that was created in 1481, was 10 years in the making, and considered the prettiest in the city. The fountain that you see is actually a replica. The original is preserved in the History Museum. And that is all for today's journey, my friends. Thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you again. Put like if you liked it, subscribe if you would like to see more content. Thank you.